What's going on, guys? I am the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video I will be talking about Star Wars Tales of the Bounty Hunters, edited by Kevin J. Anderson and published by Bantam Spectra in December of 1996. These 5 stories take place between 15 BBY, or 15 years before the Battle of Yavin, or A New Hope, basically, to 19 ABY, or After A New Hope. If you like this video, then please consider liking and subscribing for more Star Wars videos in the future. And there will be kind of some minor spoilers for the stories. So the first story, Therefore I Am, The Tale of IG-88 by Kevin J. Anderson. This serves as a bit of an origin story for IG-88. Hollow One Laboratories is tasked by Imperial Supervisor Gurdun to make elite droids to be his guards. IG-88 escapes with the other droids, who he just copies himself, so there are 4 identical IG-88s in the galaxy. They take over a world, Mechas 3, which, makes droids, and they use it to aid in their desire to basically eliminate all the sentience and rule the galaxy, classic evil robot stuff. They take up bounty hunting to earn funds to, get their stuff done. And then IG is he's one of the bounty hunters that is sent after Han Solo, but Boba Fett takes out 3 of the IG droids, and the last one, he downloads himself into the Death Star 2's computer, and it's not exactly clear, but I think when the Death Star 2 blows up, IG-88 is completely gone. And then the second story is Payback, The Tale of Dengar by Dave Wolverton. We follow Dengar as he goes after Han Solo, and we learn that they have history as they're both Corellian, and he and Han had raced speeders, which led to Han injuring Dengar's face, so he holds a grudge on Han Solo. He does save a lady named Manaru, and they go to Tatooine together and, deal with Jabba, because Jabba takes her and wants her as one of his dancers, things happen like this, the events of Return of the Jedi, so Jabba dies and all that. And at the end of the story, Dengar escapes his execution for going against Jabba the Hutt, and he does manage to save Boba Fett after he crawled out of the Sarlacc, and he then asks Fett to be his best man at his wedding, since he is marrying Manaru. The third story, The Prize Pelt, The Tale of Bossk by Kathy Tyers. Bossk teams up with a Wookiee bounty hunter, Chen Lambic, and his apprentice, Tien, as they look for Solo, but Chen and Tien trick Bossk and get him captured by the Imperials because they're actually, they're good guys. They help the rebels, classic stuff, yeah. The fourth story, Of Possible Futures, The Tale of Zuckuss and Forlom by M. Shane Bell. Zuckuss and Forlom help some rebels escape Hoth, but they also disabled the rebel ship and put them in harm's way, and it's interesting. And they kind of, through the short story, they see, the rebels are actually good. They treat their fellows, they actually care about their fellows, whereas, no one. And then the fifth one is The Last One Standing, The Tale of Boba Fett by Daniel Keyes Moran. We follow Fett on a few missions, including hunting the Deveronian from the Cantina, due to him being the butcher of Montarian Surat. And Fett also encounters Han Solo, and they have a standoff at the end of the story. They have a standoff, and it takes over, decades. And now what I liked. All 5 of these stories are really great stories. They're really interesting. And with the standout for me being probably the Dengar story. I just thought that was a really interesting story. It's nice about learning. It's nice to learn more about these bounty hunters, because we learn a little bit about Trandoshan culture and you know, like Zuckuss, you know, like he's a Gand, and you learn a little bit about what they are, and you learn Boba Fett's history. Now, this is the story where you find out. I could be wrong. I haven't read everything, but I think this is where you learn that he's Jodo caste, and then obviously they retcon it in the EU later on but to reconcile with the prequel stuff. But I think, I'm not an expert. If you know better than I do, you're welcome to put it in the comment section. But regardless, the Boba Fett story is really good. I'm sure, because it does need to, obviously, because if you just read this short story, it doesn't fit in with, obviously, the prequel trilogy and all that. So but I'm pretty sure there's some retcons and things. I don't know exactly where those retcons are, what book or comic or whatever. That would actually be a cool recommendation down in the comments. I'd like to know where that is. So, yeah. What I didn't like, well, some of Fett's backstory is obviously different due to the story coming out before the prequels, but again, like, that's addressed in some retcons and things, so I'm not that worried. I had to pick something, but regardless, this is a pretty good short story collection, so yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed these 5 stories. I think it's definitely better that there's not, you know, a million. There's 5, so they're long. They're 70, 60, 80 pages in length. Really nice and long, so you get to really dive and actually tell a significant story. So that's good. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Really good. Pretty pleased with it. So, well, yeah. What did you think of these 5 short stories if you've read it? And yeah, is there any? Yeah. So yeah. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, thanks for watching.